Welcome to Building Fortunes Radio. Make sure you check us out at buildingfortunesradio.com. Along with our marketing partners, we're here to help our PM Marketing Network Lead customers build their businesses and make the world a better place. At Building Fortunes, we know how much your business means to you and the people important to you. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world. Now on to our show with your host, Peter Mingils.
Hello, everyone. Peter Mingils here. You're listening to us on Building Fortunes Radio. It's www.buildingfortunesradio.com. For all those people that are listening in live, we do this radio show on a Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you get a chance to grab us live, you go to buildingfortunesradio.com/live. I had to make it easy for me to remember. So buildingfortunesradio.com/live is where you'll be able to listen in on any internet-connected listening device. And you can always catch this a little bit later on in the archived versions by going to buildingfortunesradio.com and then looking for the radio shows /Lisa, because we only got one. So there's Lisa, and her name is Lisa Mercier. And Lisa and I have started this radio show. It's been a while, and we've done this all over the place. Many times she has been traveling. We've done this from Dubai. I think we almost did this from Mexico. I don't remember if we did this from Mexico or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, we've been all over the place. And from today, she gets a chance to do this radio show from her very own backyard, which is really kind of cool. And I just love having her here because she's working with a really great company that's got a great product line that makes a very big difference in people's lives. And overwhelmingly, from the conversations I've had with many of the people that we've worked with, I've heard them say things like, the product really works for me, and I got my life back. So without making those medical claims, those lawyers love that. Without making those, we found that a lot of people really do enjoy the product line and the business opportunity behind it as well. So Lisa, thanks for being here with that backyard background noise. So thanks for being here on Building Fortunes Radio.
Hey, Peter. Thanks for having me on. How are you today?
I'm wonderful, and I am super pleased to be able to have you live on our radio show.
It's been a little while, hey?
It's been a while. Yeah, I'm tired of replays. I'd like you live.
Every week lately, he's like, live or replay? I'm like, no, replay. It's been a little bit busy with moving into my own place and that kind of stuff. But here I am, and I am super pumped to announce my friend Mike. Before I do that, I'll just quickly share my story. I got on this program 3 years ago. I was literally standing over a cliff thinking about jumping, and the only reason I didn't jump is because I thought I'd break my neck, and found these products on Facebook. And the first thing I loved is that there was a 30-day money-back guarantee, and I just thought, why not? So I jumped on board, and my 8-day detox, I lost 8 pounds, 12 inches. My back pain went away, feet pain went away, night sweats went away, and depression lifted, anxiety lifted, and I had energy of a 15-year-old. So it was unbelievably incredible. And because of that, I have now been sharing my story. And to be honest, I never actually wanted to share my story, and it kind of just happened by accident. And I told a few friends, and I've been a 6-figure income earner in this company for the past 2 years. And I've earned 6 free trips. And like you said earlier, Peter, one of them was to Dubai, and one was on a cruise, and it's just been an incredible journey. But what's best about this, it's not about the money, it's not about the products. It's really about the family environment that we've created. And my friend Mike, I met him in April in Florida. He came to check the company out and fell in love with him and his wife. They're amazing people. They're from a little town called Heart's Content. And honestly, I can't wait. I'm going to see them at the end of August. It's going to be amazing. And Mike, can you share your story of what happened to you on the program and where you see yourself going with it?
Yeah, certainly. It'd be my pleasure. Thanks for having me on tonight. My story is actually kind of odd, but if you knew me, that would make sense. What had happened was Krista had come down. Krista's the lady who signed me up, one of my coaches, and she had come down to Heart's Content, which is where she's from, to put on a show. And her father had asked me to come down and set up the audio visual for them.
Can I ask a favor, Mike? Hey, Mike, can I ask
Certainly.
you a favor? No, Heart's Content, I'm down over here in Disney, so most people might think that might be like the name of a Disney village, but you're nowhere near Disney over in Orlando. So where is Heart's Content?
Heart's Content is in Newfoundland. It's on Trinity Bay in Newfoundland. We are on a big rock in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, we're nowhere near Disneyland.
Okay.
But we're a lot better. We put on better shows than Disney though, with our sunsets and our whales and whatnot. But I'm sorry, I'm digressing on you. So anyway, I was setting up the audiovisual for the show, and I thought, well, I'll stay and I'll watch her presentation just so if she runs into any problems, I'll be able to help her out. And at the time, I was really run down. I had no energy, and I get a lot of arthritic pain in my knees and in my wrists. And so I was watching her, and I was watching these people that were getting up and talking, and I thought, this sounds interesting. It almost sounds too good to be true. And then she said those magic words, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So I thought, man, no odds, I can't lose. So I went up and I signed us up for 2 blue boxes, and then I went home and I told my wife, I said, well, by the way, that presentation I went down for, I just signed us up for 2 of these boxes. And, she was very skeptical. I was a bit skeptical. But anyways, our boxes came, and we followed the 8-day jump start. And now for me, the whole purpose of getting on the products was to get my energy back and to get rid of my arthritic pain, because I didn't losing weight wasn't on my mind at all, because I didn't think I was overweight. Mind you, in that 8 days I lost 10.5 pounds and 15 inches. So evidently I was a little more overweight than I was giving myself credit for. But since then we've continued to take the weight off. But more importantly for me, I have no pain in my knees anymore. I have no pain in my wrist anymore. I had to go in for a sinus surgery in December, and my recovery time from it was super, super fast. And then in January, I had to go and have my wrist rebuilt. And again, my healing was much, much quicker than I could have possibly imagined it to be. So, we really believe in the products because we've had fantastic results with them. I mean, I don't have any gas or reflux anymore. I feel better than I have in years. My wife feels better than she has in, a long, long, long time. It's, we're totally sold on the product. And what we've noticed too is I've had people, I had one of the elderly gentlemen that lives in Heart's Content. He came up to me one day and he said, Mike, how are you feeling? I said, I'm feeling pretty good. He said, you're not sick or anything? I said, no. He said, oh, thank goodness. He said, I've seen you losing so much weight. He said, I was scared you might be sick.
Wow.
But here I've got, I have my clothes are fitting again. There's quite a bit of clothes that I'm not wearing anymore. My wife is in clothes that, she hasn't been in for years and years. And she has, so much more mental clarity now. And she just feels so much better about herself. It's been wonderful for us, absolutely wonderful. And, we've had other people, have come up to us and said, look, we've been watching you guys and, what are you guys doing? And, we want to try it. And we've got friends and family who have started trying it, and, their results have been, excellent as well. And for a whole, whole host of different problems. But like you say, not making any medical claims here. I'm just saying that, I don't know why, but I don't have any of the pain anymore. And I just feel great. I get up in the morning and I feel great. And it's been a lot of years since I've done that.
So, in relative to now, I know a lot of our listening audiences here in the United States, some of them from Canada as well. I don't know that much about Newfoundland, but I think there's more people in a Brooklyn apartment building than there are in Newfoundland. Is that there's not a lot of people there, is it? I know it's a big rock, and I know rugged people, because I remember when I was with Electrolux, we had Eugene Wall. Somehow or another, he always was one of the leaders. So they were always kind of aggressive. When I say aggressive, I mean just like good, hard-working people. But there's not like a huge amount of people over in Newfoundland in Heart's Content, are there?
Oh, no. We have, the consensus says that we have 238 people in Heart's Content. But I think that includes sheep, goats, and dogs, because I don't think there's 238 people there.
Wow.
And like you look at the capital city, the area like St. John's and Paradise and Mount Pearl around there. I'm kind of talking through my head here because I don't know exactly, but I'm sure it's not much over 200,000 total in that.
Wow.
And that's where like 80% of the population is. Eh?
So in reference to that, obviously, I'm sure a lot of people know each other, right? Pretty hard to miss. And then you were doing the stuff that you're doing, but how do people make a living in such a small community traditionally? Like, what do you do for, like, it's not like you can do it all in one place. Do you have to do a lot of traveling for work?
I do. The job that I do requires me to go to oil tankers and cargo ships and things like that. And I can't convince the ship owners to bring the ships to me. So I have to go, I have to go to them. Like I'm in Halifax right now, and in a couple of days I'll be in Quebec City and I'll be in Montreal. But a lot of the people that live in Heart's Content, they're fishermen, and so they make their living right there in the sea. And so we have some carpenters there, and we have some small businesses there. There's a bank, and there's a grocery store, and a gas station, and a couple garages, and a post office. But we're seeing a lot of people now, especially the younger people, are going away for work. But
right. So, what's it like to have to travel? How many days a week are you usually on the road?
Well, my job is kind of different in that, like for me personally, like it's not uncommon for me to be gone 250, 270 days a year. Wow.
So I know you started for the product, and you're having wonderful product experiences. Are you looking at all for the business, maybe to be able to do something where you might be able to stay at home as well?
Oh yes, absolutely. We've signed up as distributors, and we're doing the training, and we're doing what we need to do, and we're slowly transitioning ourselves. And hopefully, I'm hoping like within 3 or 4 months that we'll just be focusing strictly on doing singular and stay at home and do it together.
Excellent. So, in reference to your levels of expectations relative to the product experience that you've had, a lot of people tell me, well, if it wasn't for that 30-day money-back guarantee, that was a really big selling feature. A lot of people were saying, well, I'm really not sure if it's going to work, but at least we can send it back. Where was that 30-day money-back guarantee in your mind? Was it something, well, we're going to try it anyway? Or was it the idea that, we tried some other things that really haven't worked, and we were almost prepared as we got the box to reship it back?
Yeah, well, for me, it was like when I was listening to people, telling their stories, I was thinking to myself, man, a lot of this sounds almost too good to be true. And whenever I hear something that's too good to be true, I automatically default to, okay, it's not true. And so the 30-day money-back guarantee for me was huge because, I was about to lay out some serious coin here. And I thought, if this is just going to be another scam, but I thought, well, if the guarantee is good, then, we're good to go. And then we were like, I would say by day 4 on the product, it was like, okay, yeah, this stuff's never going back.
Wow, that's good news. All right, we're going to do this. We're going to take a little break. I'm kind of fascinated because I think you're probably one of the furthest north and east that we've ever interviewed on our Building Fortunes Radio listening audience, and I'm kind of intrigued with the lifestyle. So we're going to be right back on Building Fortunes Radio. We're here with Lisa Mercier and Mike Middelkoop. I'm going to give you the spelling of his last name in just a second for you guys to be able to look him back up and hear more of this as we come right now on Building Fortunes Radio. Be right back.
Thanks for listening to Building Fortunes Radio. If you sell a product or service, then you should check out PM Marketing's NetworkLeads.com. Just visit www.networkleads.com. For over 18 years, PM Marketing has helped distributors build their home-based businesses through lead generation, website development, automated email delivery systems, and sales training. If you're looking for a way to increase your skills and increase the number of people that see your product or opportunity, NetworkLeads.com can help. To learn more, visit www.networkleads.com. Ask about their lead management system, capture pages, personalized websites, MLM training, humongous blogs, the humongous classified ad network, Building Fortunes Radio, or their webinar schedule. NetworkLeads.com can be your one-stop shop for everything you need. And now, back to our show.
And we are back. Peter Mingils here. We have Lisa Mercier, and she is in her place, in her backyard. She's letting me do this interview with a gentleman named Mike Middelkoop. Now, I got to give most of you would probably get the spelling wrong like I would have, so it's a little bit, it's Dutch. That explains a lot. So it's Middelkoop. So as I'm learning, that's common over there, but for you guys that be probably looking it up, you got to move some letters around. So it's Middelkoop, like Peter. So, Mike, as you're doing this stuff and you're using the products and you're getting your levels of experience, explain a little bit more to me about, maybe why you felt or why you think the recovery time from some of the surgeries or some of the treatment that you had. You said you had some sinus stuff, and then you said you did some stuff on your wrist. Why do you think the recovery was better for you? What do you think it did to your body to be able to help you out?
Well, I know I'm a lot healthier. I feel I have a lot more energy. My blood pressure is down. One thing I haven't checked is what my cholesterol is, but I'm, if I was a betting man, I would bet that it's down a bit. And it's just you just feel better. Like, it's hard to put into words, but you get up in the morning, you stretch and you get up, sit on the side of the bed, and you feel good. I don't have the aches, I don't have the pains, and often I would go away on a trip. I'd be gone for 8 or 10 days. I'd come home and I'd be exhausted. I'd be, I have a big long list of things I needed to do around the house. But for the first couple of days, man, all I was trying to do was, just get enough energy, to finish my cup of coffee kind of thing. But now I get home from the trip, and, I get up the next morning and it's, okay, where's the list? Let's get at her. I mean, I don't have the energy I did when I was 20, but, I certainly have way, way more energy than I've had, I would say, easily in 10 or 15 years.
Well, now, do you take the products with you when you go on the road?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. For me, it doesn't, the regimen doesn't change. I take the supplements that I take them with me. I take them on the road. I take some of the meal replacements with me when I'm on the road, because sometimes I'll end up on a ship, and I might have to sail from point A to point B with the vessel, and depending on the cook you have, sometimes the food is amazing, and sometimes, my friend, it's just not fit, and everything is deep fried, or everything is so processed and salty. So I have the meal replacement with me, so if I can see there are no good choices to eat, then I'll just have the meal replacement. And for me, wow, it's worked out very well.
Now, some people, when they're on different kinds of meal replacements, it feels or it tastes like chalk. You know what I mean? It's kind of not even pleasurable to be on it. You have to sacrifice. How do you find the products are for you? And, what would your wife say if she were listening in?
When we first got started, I remember the first time I had, it's called a lean shake. We just mixed it with water and drank it. And I remember looking at Mary Lynn, and she looked at me with a oh my goodness, I don't know if we're going to be able to do this or not. Because I am not a big vanilla person. Like if you go down, you list all the flavors. You go into an ice cream shop, and there's like 207 flavors. I'd go through 206 before I'd have to go to vanilla, So what we do is we take the vanilla lean, we just put a little cocoa in it, and we make it with usually make it with almond milk, and it's very palatable. It's almost not exactly like a chocolate shake, but it's pretty close. Like it's not something you have to choke down. It's quite palatable.
Okay, and then in reference to your wife, you mentioned, has she had some health experiences like you as far as energy? As far as, sometimes I hear from the ladies that they talk about mood swings.
Her, yeah, I'm not sure I want to go down that road. No, she has noticed quite a few changes. She's noticed. One is she used to have quite a few intestinal problems, and she doesn't have any of those issues anymore. She used to get a lot of back pain. She doesn't get nearly as much back pain as she used to. She'll also tell you she has a lot more energy, and the big thing for her is she has a lot more mental clarity now. She gets up, and she just feels like getting up and going, and I think a lot of it has to do with you start feeling good. You're starting to lose weight. You're starting to, even the way you carry yourself is different because you're feeling better. So you're not walking around with your shoulders slouched down. You kind of you get a little pickup in your step, as it were, and people start to notice that, and you start to notice it yourself, and you start to feel better about yourself. And I think it just encourages to keep going. And like the support community, like second to none. Like I've never seen a business like this in all my years. I mean, the business culture of this is we're all in this together. Everybody's helping one another. Everybody's sharing one another. And there's lots of Facebook pages and things you can go through all the time, and it's almost like you've joined another family, and it's a giving, caring, loving family. And when we went down to Florida, Marilyn was like so skeptical. It was crazy, and I still had my doubts too, but I tell you, after a couple of days down there, it was like, man, well, like when I met Lisa and Sharon, I mean, they just walked over, oh, hey, and pulled it over like they'd known us for 100 years, and sit here, and it was like we were part of the family, and I'd never met these people before, and it was like, wow, and our experiences with every aspect of this business and these products has been absolutely super positive.
Yeah, I would politely say if you put Lisa and Sharon in a room with you, you don't stand a chance. Like, you don't stand a chance.
Oh, no, that's true.
They're just like, yeah, I mean, you just don't stand a chance. Yeah. They're going to absorb you, and you're just going to realize that, these are real solid, hardworking, smart people that have your best interests, and it's going to be kind of like, let's get up and go, and they're going to be they'll carry you out of the room. So the cool thing about it is really great people. And that's what I've heard a lot about the whole total support from the company, all the way down from conference calls and daily reminders and systems that are in place. It's really easy to follow the system to be successful, whether it's on the product and, how do you prepare the stuff and what do you eat and all those other things, but also how do you stay on track. So for those people that are listening in, if you're looking for a great company to work with where you're never going to be alone, and they have wonderful support, unbelievable compensation, a great product line, I don't know that much about the compensation plan specifically, but it's real easy for you to be in a position where the commissions that you earn could make your products for free as well. So you start to think about that. Free products, all those things that Mike had mentioned as far as the benefits for himself and also his wife, plus all the great company you're working with. Can't get much better relative to working in a business. by comparison, the stuff that you have to do 200 some-odd days out of the year when you're traveling away from home, and I'm sure, being on a boat, doing the traveling that you're doing, it's not always the safest and most convenient way of traveling. There's probably no comparison relative to a way to be able to make a living. So do you want to address that if you want to, relative to, the dangerous way that you probably put yourself into on a regular basis versus what you'd have to do if you were building a home-based business with your company?
Well, yeah, you hit the nail right in the head there, Peter. Like I have the work I do on ships. Like I have my own business for that, so I'm used to running a business. But the business model that that you see everybody else seems to follow, it's very competitive. It's very you've got to try and find your own little niche, and you've got to you have to work very hard all the time to just keep yourself going. It more or less it sells itself, and once you get on the product, there's a part of one of the things we have is called an auto ship, so that every month I know I'm going to need this product, and this product, and you'll get an email reminder like 5 days before your order ships. Are these still the products you want, or do you want to change it up? So you don't even have to think about that. That's all looked after for you. And my business where I am now, I'm basically a failure-driven business, because I'm like the Maytag man. You don't call me unless something's broken and you need it fixed. So I don't usually get a call saying, look, can you come, 3 weeks from Friday and meet us here. I usually get a call like on Tuesday afternoon. Listen, can you meet me in Montreal tomorrow morning? And one of the big things that really attracts me with the Singular is I'll be able to do my business from home. I'll be able to stay with my wife. We've been together 38 years, and of those 38 years together, I'm sure I've spent 30 of them on the road. So just to be able to just be at home, and you've got this phenomenal support group, because not only do you have the people that are like in your line, like your upline or downline, I think they call it, but it's even people that aren't even like in your venue, if you will, are there to help you. Like it's an incredible community. Like I say, I've never experienced anything like it, and I would highly recommend it to everybody that asks me about it.
Excellent. Well, we're almost running out of time. For those people that want to hear this again, make sure you go back to buildingfortunesradio.com. We're going to put up a special page for Mike to be able to post his picture, give you his links, all that sort of stuff up on Building Fortunes Radio. The spelling of his last name is Middelkoop, and he's a gentleman over in Heart's Content, Newfoundland. You got to check it out on the map. Looks like a wonderful place to live, as far as being just in a great place in a wonderful country and being isolated. But I'll share with you, there's not like 15 million people like there might be in New York City. So if you had access to the internet and the social media stuff, Mike, then you could build that global business that you want to right from wherever you are over in Heart's Content. And that's one of the things that I really enjoy about hearing the stories many of the people from your company speak about. They live in sometimes small rural communities where it's not easy to go get a high-paying job because there's just none around. So they're in careers where they're living their life by design, building and working with their families, enjoying better health, all of those great things that you've referenced a little bit earlier, and then being able to make an extra living as well. So, Lisa, I'll let you come back if you're still around in your backyard.
I am.
And I'll let you punctuate anything that I said, and I really appreciate you bringing Mike on. So, great gentleman, great testimonials, and thanks again for being here live. So, Lisa, over to you.
Thanks. So, Mike, I have a question for you. So, when I'm going to interview you in a year from now, what will your story be a year from now in regards to this business?
Well,
I'm totally putting you on the spot.
Yeah, but no, it's true. But I need that. I mean, that's another thing I love about this company is the fact that they continually, take you out of your comfort zone and challenge it. But we thinking this time next year. Well, I know by this time next year I will not be doing what I'm doing now. We will, and I'm not sure what level we'll be doing at. It be like a gold manager minimum. Probably, I'm not. See, I'm not even familiar enough to tell you what the level of gold is.
I'm going to give you the goal, Mike. I see a year from now you'll be a silver director. That's what I see right now.
Silver director.
I'm usually pretty good at seeing stuff. Yep.
Well, we're definitely going to put the effort into it because the sky is the limit. There's no.
It is.
You've shown us that. Yeah, you've shown us that.
Well,
now, Mike,
I can't wait to meet you at the end of August. I'm going to be coming to stay at your house, and you know what, Peter? You want to hear something funny? I'm really geography kind of stupid, and I said to him, "So, is there any ocean nearby?" And he sends me a photo of his backyard, and so for almost 2 weeks, I'm going to be staying at their house with the ocean in my backyard. Going to be amazing.
That is so sweet. Let me tell you, you might have to pack me up there because that looks like a great place to be. Like, that is, like, wonderful to be able to work from. So it's, like, really, now I'm sure the weather sometimes in the winter is a little bit on the extreme side, but when you're going there, it's probably going to be just great. So, Mike, I really appreciate you being here. And just one thing moving forward, I couldn't tell how old you were from your voice, but when you said 38 years married, then I can start to add some things together. How much longer could you do your traditional job you're doing right now? What do you think?
I'm thinking I could probably do it another maybe 5 or 6 years, and that would be the max. Because
so this could be your plan.
I don't think you're allowed to. This is my plan A now.
Wow.
Yeah. That's there's no doubt. We once after we had gone down to Orlando, and after we came home, we realized that what, this is totally doable. It's totally within reach, and everything is genuine. Every one of these products is natural and genuine, and every one of the people I've met in this company is honest and genuine.
Excellent. All right, so we're going to catch you guys next time. So, Lisa, thanks for being here live. Mike, thanks for an interesting story. Keep us posted on your level of success, please. And thanks, everybody, for being here on Building Fortunes Radio. So on that note, we are done with our radio show. Lisa, thank you so much for being here live. We're going to catch you guys hopefully next week. We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye for now.
You've been listening to Building Fortunes Radio on buildingfortunesradio.com. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Building Fortunes Radio segment with Peter Mingils. Be sure to check out the buildingfortunesradio.com website for our featured segments. It's been our privilege to have you listen in. At Building Fortunes Radio, we wish you the success you deserve and are willing to work for. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world.